they saying that he probably was playing Maurice and Maurice was paying him that. So he was there to meet Maurice.
That probably explains the main reason why Maurice pulled up right when they were shooting.
Exactly. So he could have alerted the people to go ahead and pull up as a setup right behind him.
Damn, that's crazy. A lot of people thought that it was the people inside the cookie shop the whole time. It was the father that worked at the cookie shop who set Young Dolph up. This is how they was able to know, because nobody else knew Young Dolph was gonna be up there but Young Dolph artists like Big Moochie Great, Snoop Bands, Key Glock. Them the only 3 people who knew he was gonna be up there. The girl Keosha James, she saw Young Dolph instantly leave from the gas station and pull up there to Makita's. He got hit up like 22 times.
Like a setup.
Man, regardless of what they say, I want everybody to know Young Dolph, he was the main one who basically, he went out there, he ain't had no remorse. He ain't care about Yo Gotti and them being mad at him. Regardless of what's going on, what did they say? What's the receipts that they dropped?
So it says Dolph was not there to buy cookies. He was there to pay to use the parking lot for the turkey giveaway that day. But he was actually paying Maurice, and Maurice was meeting him there. So Maurice probably called Raven, who could have gave away Dolph's location, and the shooters could have ambushed Dolph right then and there.
That's crazy. And when you really pay close attention to it,
y'all saw a Bass Pro Shop in.
So
that's
y'all,
how good the cameras are right now.
So y'all just updated the camera system inside as well as outside of the store. So
that's correct.
And it worked properly, no nothing.
Perfectly.
Perfectly, everything worked, every angle.
Perfectly. ADT put it in perfectly. They put it in by themselves, 100%. 100%. They put those cameras in there. They showed us how.
So if they put the cameras in there, how the fuck y'all ain't released the footage if they just put the cameras in there?
Because they never had footage to begin with.
So you mean to tell me they cut the footage off as soon as they knew Young Dolph was coming to meet Maurice?
Of course, it was a setup. So with it being a setup, they had to cut the cameras. Well, at the end of the day, it was a deleted scene. So they had to know somebody working in the inside to do that.
That shit crazy. That's why Mia J feel the way she feel about them. That's why she never went up there and instantly put nothing at the memorial. She ain't put no candles. She ain't put no dolphins. She ain't put nothing at their memorial.
Because she felt like it was a setup. Why would she be there to condone something that she know that it wasn't right, and that's not how it went?
So we got new details emerge. Raven, she set up Young Dolph. Everything she said, it contradicted what her father stated in the interview. I want you guys to pay close attention because Young Dolph's brother, he started shooting first. And then that's when they start blowing at the cookie shop. That's how Young Dolph got hit. Regardless of what's going on, Young Dolph, he was the main one. He stepped to the side as soon as his brother started hitting. His brother got on one knee. This is why Young Dolph's brother never got hit. I want everybody to really pay close attention. Hit the like button, drop the Dolphins down in the comment section. Like, a lot of people feel that Govan, Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith out there, and they started shooting as soon as they came up. But from what MPD said, they said that Young Dolph's brother, he was the one that turned around and started shooting because he had the Drake out.
But how? When Dolph wasn't even on the scene. So it's just crazy how you had said this.
Because a lot of people said that. Like, regardless of how anybody look at it, they said that Young Dolph's brother was the main one who initiated it.
So you think that the facts are real that they stayed out when half of them wasn't even there to begin with?
A lot of people who was standing outside, they said Dolph, he came to the cookie shop right after he left the gas station. As soon as he left the gas station, this is where they start following him. He saw them following him. His brother Ain't no telling which direction he came from, but he ended up meeting Young Dolph at the cookie shop. Young Dolph got outside of the bulletproof car and he walked into the cookie shop. That's how the two hoes got in the door.
So you feel like one of them dropped off location?
Yeah, somebody who knew Dolph was gonna be there, they had to drop his location, or the cookie shop dropped it.
I feel like the waitress could have dropped the location.
The girl that was at the front desk, a lot of people said that.
Because, I mean, she could have dropped a picture. You know how, like, when people walk in, they see somebody famous, the first thing that they want to do, they want to take pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So, with them taking pictures of it, they end up putting it on Instagram or whatever, and look who in my shop. So, that was a straight setup right then and there. So, I mean, it could have been a waitress, or it could have been one of his crew members.
See, and that goes back to everybody that thought that Govan got the money from Big Jook, but Big Jook got the money from Yo Gotti. A lot of people tried to X Yo Gotti up out of this, but it's no coincidence that this happened to Young Dolph, regardless of how they look at it. Like, regardless of what's going on, they got Young Dolph up because regardless of how they sat there and set him up, he shouldn't have never got did like that. They tried to act like he was going to buy cookies. He was trying to do a turkey giveaway.
He was trying to do a turkey giveaway, and then he got caught up.
Man, what did they say in Memphis? Man, that's crazy. Let's hear what Raven got to say further, cause this shit crazy, man.
They know how to put it back. And not only that, ADT records their sales. They have copies of everything that goes on in that store. So I also heard that people were saying, oh, you guys can edit the footage. You can delete stuff.
So hold on.
You did.
You telling me, Ray, are you telling me that the footage goes, it's like kind of, it goes directly into the police database footage? Like,
It goes directly to ADT.
Okay.
You know, the alarm system company.
Okay.
They have backups of every single thing that goes on in that store. As a matter of fact, when we upgraded, the lady told us, I don't even know why they let you guys get those old cameras, because it's not going to show you anything. It only shows pop-up. That's why we had to update it. We updated it specifically for that reason. We want to see everything that goes on in that
So
store.
you telling me the security system at Paquitas is A1. The camera is A1, everything. Everything is A1.
It's supposed to send motions.
It's supposed to. And then they got robbed right before Young Dolph got killed.
So wasn't that a setup? They turned the cameras right off before he walked in.
See, that's crazy. And they say that the foot, man, I'm gonna let y'all know, by the way that Young Dolph went in there, for them to even turn the footage off, this goes to show that Big Jook gave them a cut. I don't get no but nobody say.
They cut him in.
They had to.
If somebody from the inside went in and cut the scene, obviously they had them on payroll. This is their meeting point. This is where they meet. So at the end of the day, all of this was a setup behind them. They alerted motherfuckers to let them know, all right, Dolph on his way. Cut the camera. Let's get it set up. Let's get it in motion. Everybody play their part. They set homie up and they took him out.
That's crazy as hell because regardless of what go on, Raven said it out her mouth. She said that the footage goes straight to MPD and it goes to ADT.
And ADT, and you able to cut scenes right just before then. You able to control the whole shit. It's supposed to be motion. So as soon as somebody walk in, they supposed to show that it's a motion camera, so it's supposed to turn directly on them. You ain't got no footage of him?
They only got still shots, and they got Big Jook in the truck right across the fucking street.
Exactly. So he alerted homie. He watching it go on. As soon as it happened, he literally sent the money and he was out.
Damn. Hey, Key Glock, he feel that he need to stay away from this whole situation. Key Glock ain't say shit until like a year later.
Why? Because Key Glock was behind the shit as well. They all worked together. They formed their whole little army They set homie up and they handled the business. But at the end of the day, he was sitting there, he was trying to give back to the community.
And that's crazy because Young Dolph had more money than all they ass.
And that's all they wanted. They stole the money.
That's crazy.
And that's how they paid motherfuckers off, and they kept that shit in their pocket.
Exactly, because why would you spend money to get somebody out the way and then everybody get paid? Why is you paying all these people as if you just ain't, you feel me, like who you get the money to? They gave the money to the wrong people.
Because they had a band on his head.
See, that's crazy.
So they sent him up.
Man, this goes to show that if you go out into these streets, it could be any moment. The people that you hanging with, these motherfuckers, the main ones, because
they backdooring you.
Real life, like straight drop. Cornelius Smith wouldn't have knew shit about nothing about the setup. They agreed to it. By them agreeing to it, MPD said they made themselves accessible to be arrested.
It'll be the closest motherfucker to you.
He was in Young Dolph music videos.
And that goes
the same dude that killed him.
Hater. Betraying and haterism.
At the end of the day, that shit crazy. A lot of people thought that Raven was gonna be the one who basically sit back and expose like what really happened, all because they was cool with Dolph. This end up going out there and switching the whole story up and acting like they can't get the footage, like it's the footage record they store, but then go somewhere else.
I mean,
as if they ain't got no access to the shit.
We seen what happened to PNB Rock, right?
Yeah.
That's a prime example.
Yeah,
that's
somebody set him up.
Set up that's backdooring. It's somebody in your circle alarming on your movements, your motion, what you got going. So, I mean, you gotta be careful.
Man, let's see what Raven gotta say, because Raven said a lot, and we ain't really paid no close attention to that. We only looked at the key facts in it, but Raven said a lot of valuable information. This is why the details that are emerging, that they set him up, because everything she's saying goes back to a setup.
None whatsoever.
The owner of that strip is the person y'all saw on the news.
Okay.
Mr. White. He owns that entire strip. You can confirm that if you want to by calling that man. He owns that strip. We pay rent to that man that we are still paying right now.
That's and he's from the Comfort Coin Laundry, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Mr. White from the laundry man.
So the laundromat man owns Makitas. That shit sound like a lie. That shit sound like a lie. Young Dolph had more money than everybody in the state. So how the dude own that? Young Dolph, he went up there to pay them for the turkey drive just so that they could promote the turkey drive. He ain't go up there to pay them as if he ain't own that shit. He owned that shit. We can't forget about the $22 million contract that everybody in Young Dolph's circle, they was mad that he got that contract. 22 million, they weren't gonna even benefit off the shit because Young Dolph would have had that. Regardless of what went on, it was so many people around Young Dolph who wanted that same contract. Regardless of how they look at it, they said that Big Juke, he got sent up because Young Dolph got killed.
So that's the reason why they went after our boy.
Damn.
Because they wanted the contract, they wanted his money, they wanted to be like him. So, I mean, when you envious of somebody, what you do, you take them out the game before they can take you out the game. So he wanted to take what he got going on. He didn't want to see him make it big.
It's so crazy because that's Yo Gotti brother. That ain't Yo Gotti friend, his cousin. That's his brother. How you not involved? But he hit your baby mama.
Sharing, they envious of each other. So Dolph had a good heart. But that doesn't mean his people behind him had a good heart.
Exactly. A lot of people thought that the people who was in his corner, they was the ones stopping Young Dolph from getting hit up. Young Dolph got his truck shot up 100 times. Young Dolph got shot in the arm. All type of shit happened to Young Dolph. Even while he was with his people. What did they do? Nothing.
They didn't care. Because they knew at the end of the day, if they lost him, what they was going to do? Run into his money. They was going to be able to have everything that he got. So with them being able to have everything he got, why did it matter to them?
Man, that shit crazy. You can't do that to people. A lot of people don't know. This is a sad situation because Young Dolph, he didn't deserve to get taken out like that because he was good to people. He was good to a lot of people and a lot of people respected him. People wanted to see Young Dolph go down the drain. Yeah. Young Dolph wasn't having none of that. Regardless of what go on, they thought that Young Dolph was gonna instantly get him anything they asked for. You can't go out here in these streets thinking that
something's supposed to be given to you when you gotta work for it, just like he did.
Like you entitled to some shit. Like regardless of how they look at it, they should have never set up Young Dolph and Yo Gotti. He was the head of it. Go Van.
He was the head honcho. So he put the hit out for him.
Period. Because the way that they did it linked back. Glorilla, she said that Angela Simmons, she was the main one. She overheard the conversation of what really went on in that cookie shop. And she ain't say nothing about it. She only told 4 people. Regardless of what's going on, man, they shouldn't have never even set themselves up like this because now it's all coming down on them. And the feds ain't gonna play no games when they come pick Yo Gotti up.
Not at all. They know that they're gonna go after him.
Man, regardless of how they look at it, they should have never did that. Big Jook wouldn't be dead right now if they would have never did that to Young Dolph. They would have never even knew Big Jook gave them money out if Big Jook would have never sat across the street. He did the dumbest shit ever. That's called a dumb criminal. You sit across the street when you know you gave the money out and your friends is the one that's somebody.
Because he just watching it being happen. You feel me? He ain't want motherfuckers to know that he was really young.
He probably ain't want motherfuckers to come back and get him.
No, because he didn't want motherfuckers to know what he did. As soon as Dolph walked into the cookie shop, everything happened, right?
Yeah. Soon as he walked in, that's where they start. They instantly start talking to Dolph, and then that's when the white cop pulled up. Once the white cop pulled up, they said it was a Mercedes. Once it pulled up, that's when they hopped out and they start shooting.
They emptied the load on him.
Yeah, and that's what happened to Dolph because it should have never got to that point because Young Dolph ain't give Yo Gotti the song. If he would have gave Yo Gotti the song, regardless, Yo Gotti still would have been mad because he'd been his baby mama.
Right, but Yo Gotti's envious a dollar. You ain't want to see him get bigger than him.
Hell no, and it really goes back to show that a lot of people don't want to see you make it sometimes.
No, they don't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that this is something that could really affect the whole CMG. And CMG, they ain't gonna never be the same, regardless of how they look at this shit, because Blac Youngsta, he's staying low key because he know that they said that he was in a white Corvette up there right after Young Dolph got killed.
Well, it goes to show, what if he was actually behind it? What if all of them met up at the cookie shop, met up at Makita's, and sat there and planned that shit out and put in motion whoever that they got in the back?
Yeah, because they said
they put them on payroll right then and there, and they planned that shit out.
Moneybag Yo said that Glorilla, she realized, she talked to this dude, and this dude, he told her that it was 2 people that ran out the back door of Makita's, and there was somebody in the back of Makita's shooting up in the air.
So you think that was actually true?
The shit sounded true, but I don't think the shit, like, it got some truth to it.
Yeah, but it might not be the whole truth, though.
A lot of motherfuckers think that that's, like, what really happened. This is why I said that you can't believe half the stuff you see out here.
Yeah.
For real, because at the end of the day, Young Dolph, he was one person who always told people, you gotta stay aware, and you gotta stay ahead of the game. Young Dolph was the main one. He never rocked with nobody on the other side. Once he was cool with Yo Gotti and them once upon a time, and then they ass stopped being cool. And it was over with after that. He felt that Yo Gotti did Starlito wrong. So regardless of how they look at it, you can't talk shit about your artist and then think that this guy finna sign to you.
No, because I mean, at the end of the day, he trying to grow his own fan base the way that he wanted to grow his own. You see how he came out with everything? He got millions of hits, millions of views. Motherfuckers still listening to his music.
Yeah, and a lot of people said that. Motherfuckers said that Yo Gotti used to be the king of Memphis, but they said that Young Dolph, he's the king of Memphis to this day.
Because he gave back.
Do y'all
gonna be the king of a place if you not giving back? You gotta stand on business where you come from.
Do y'all think that Young Dolph the king of Memphis to this day? Let me know in the comment section. Identify y'allself. Let me know where y'all from. Drop them 999s in the comment section and let me know if y'all rocking with Young Dolph. Let me know if you a fan of PRE, because a lot of people feel that it was some type of inside man that was rocking with CMG from the other camp. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.